Y'all doing good or great?
Yes.
Yeah, I asked good or great, not yes.
Good.
Yeah. Good or outstanding?
Outstanding.
Outstanding, okay. How many queens you got in the building? I see your hand, but I can't hear you though. How many queens you got in the building? How many queens we got in here? Oh, I can't hear anything. I want to hear you say something. Let me try it again. How many queens we got in the building? Yeah? I got you. So listen, my name is King Kevin Dorival. I got you. I'm a mentor and author. I've written 2 books. This is the second one right here. I got you. Central South. I've written 2 books. I got you, brother. This is my first book. This is my second book, 7 Types of Queen King Desire. That's why I was asking you how many queens you got in the building. Because you have to believe in yourself. How many here believe in themselves? Huh? How many of y'all believe in yourselves? What do you believe in yourself for? Huh? How are you going to make a difference? Okay, but give me a tangible example, like a real life goal that you have. If you don't mind sharing.
Helping the community.
Okay, I like that. Helping the community. How you plan on doing that?
Like creating a non-profit organization.
Wow, you got big plans. I actually started a non-profit organization entitled after my first book, Courage to Believe. So my non-profit is called Courage to Believe International. As a matter of fact, I have some flyers here of our chess program. We have a program that we do right now. Actually, you can take one. Pass it down. Matter of fact, one of you guys pass it to everybody in here. Our chess program, we started, it's called C2E Chess Club and Mentoring Program. And the reason why we started the program was so that we can do what? Make a difference. To teach our brothers and sisters how to strategize in life. Chess helps you strategize. It helps you plan, think ahead. Anyone see the movie called Queen of Cotweed? That chess movie? She was able to move. Well, you need to see it. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it. She was able to move like 6, 7, 8 times before anybody, before the next move. And that's what you got to do in life. You got to be able to plan and strategize. You just can't live based on the weather, based on how you feel. It doesn't matter how you feel. What matters is you accomplishing and you starting right and do what you're trying to do and life so you can win, be successful. If you write your goals down, you increase your chances by how much percent? You write your goals down. Guess how much you increase your chances of success when you write your goals down?
70.
Not even close.
90. 90.
Not even close. 1,000%. You increase your chances of success by 1,000%. I have a journal that I read, that I wrote. There's like 69, I think, 69 goals I have in this journal. 69 goals. I'm 37 right now. I've started this goal book since 2000. I want to say 2011, 2010 is when I started. So it's like 7 years now. Guess how many of these goals I've accomplished in this journal book?
30.
Well, that's generous, but not yet. 15 of them. I crossed them out. I crossed them out, but I still read them to myself. Why? Because I like reminding myself of my victories, which is very important in life. I practice something called SBE, so I want you guys to repeat after me. Speak it.
Speak it.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Execute the plan.
Execute the plan.
Now, what plan am I talking about?
Goals.
Your goals. And so you write them down because why? You want to increase your chances of success by what's the percentage?
1,000.
Is that powerful, right? 1,000%. Who knows where they want to be 5 years from now?
Huh?
Who knows what they want to be, where they want to be 5 years from now? You be in college. You know what you want to major in? All right, perfect. So you got to go to law school. You need to write that down. And also write down what type of law. For kids? Well, I'm not sure what law that is, but actually, one of my, not my mentor, but one of my, I guess, heroes, you can say, his name is Willie Gary. You heard Willie Gary? If you go to my website, either one, I have two flyers out here. I have this one that has my books and the chest flyer. There's a documentary that is coming out this summer called Courage to Believe, Never Give Up. Mr. Willie Gary is in that documentary. Those who don't know who Willie Gary is, he has 2 private jets and 10 Bentleys. He's a very wealthy civil attorney. He sues people like Walmart, New York Police Department, Miami Police Department, Microsoft, Disney World. So he wins like hundreds of millions of dollars suing these companies. For example, he sued Disney World, I forgot what year it was, and he sued for a couple $100 million because they stole this young man's idea. Disney World has a track center, some kind of sports complex, where they do the big football tournaments, track tournaments, and things of that nature. A young black man drew that idea out, presented it to Disney World. Disney World turned it down. Years later, they took his dream, created it, and gave him no credit, no money for it. So that was an easy win because the guy had everything documented. Why? Because he had it written down. That's why it's very important to write down your goals. I can't tell you how important that is. Who's in high school in here? That one, any seniors, juniors? You're a senior? Okay, so you're a senior next year, right? You're a senior. Right now is the perfect time to write those goals down. You gotta write them down. What you'll do when you go home today, if you remember, if you have a pen and paper or a pencil in your hand right now, I'll write down 3 of my goals of where I want to be 5 years from now. Doesn't matter if you're in middle school, elementary, high school, college, or out of school, like myself. I graduated FAU, Florida Atlantic University, back in 2005. I have a bachelor's in political science and minors in marketing. I should have been a history teacher, but I love history. As a matter of fact, I included a lot of history in this book. I talk about my African history, African culture, and my Haitian culture. Well, actually it is African culture, because if you're black, you're definitely African descent. In this book right here, I talk about 7 different types of women that kings desire, which is actually a relationship book. It's a relationship goals, self-help book, women empowerment. It's going to make me rich. It's going to sell 40 million copies. How do I know that? Because I wrote it down, and I speak it. Speak it, believe it, execute the plan. Dealing with history, who runs track in here? You run track?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite track star? And what do you run, by the way? What do you run? The 100 meters? Okay. And what's your name? Fantasia? Queen Fantasia. She runs 100 meters. Tell me, I give you $10 if you can tell me who has the world's record in 100 meters, the women's record. Can't Google it. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody want to take a guess?
Oh, can I? Oh.
Listen. The person who has that record name is Flojo. She's one of the featured women in 7 Types of Queens. I don't have her in the book because she's a famous track star. But she holds actually the top 3 running records in 100 meters. And she's had the record since 1988. The top 3 fastest times for women, she owns them. No one has ever beaten her record. So she's featured in it mainly because she wanted to make a difference in her community. She passed away back in my junior year, which is my senior year, like 1998, 1999. She passed away in her sleep. However, she started a camp where she would bring girls to a camp and have like celebrities come through and empower the young girls. And on top of that, you know, they get like new clothes and scholarship money. Like that was something she didn't have to do. She did it out of her own pocket because she wanted to make a difference. That's what a queen is. A person that does that. Oh, king. You look out for your people. People call me King Kevin because I got a big heart for my community. I don't have to do the chess program. You know, I don't have to do our annual Black on Black Crime Solutions panel we do every year. This year was our 4th one. Next year will be our 5th one. But I care about my people. So that's why they call me King Kevin. And I make it happen. Any questions?
No.
You have a future multi-billionaire in your face. You don't have a question for him? I sell 40 million copies of the book. Guess how much money I'm going to make? I'm not selling for $1.
How much you selling?
I'm selling $9.99 on iTunes. You can download right now, as a matter of fact. You can Amazon paperback is $15.99 and the hardcover is $28.99. Audiobook, I haven't done the audiobook yet, but I'm going to do it once I get my book signing over next weekend. Then I'm going to get that going. Because why? I wrote it down. Yeah. Well, the first book, Courage to Believe, that's an inspirational autobiography about how God had to overcome adversity in life. And I just went through so many things. I was like, you know what? I got to write about this, you know, to help other people in the future. And I just felt like God put in my spirit to do so. So I did it. And as a matter of fact, when I was in the 4th grade, my mom bought me a typewriter, one of them old school typewriters. Anybody didn't see one of those? I know you probably seen one. It's one of the electronic ones, and it's a ribbon. It's a red and black ribbon. I think you stick 1 or 2 of them in there. And if you make a mistake, you got to start all over again. It's very hard to erase. So you have to, like, literally know what you're doing. So that was my first experience as a writer. So not knowing, fast forward 20 years later, I'll be an author. But she planted a seed for my future by doing that. And I always loved reading. And you would not believe why I love reading. Take a guess why I love reading. Let's be right, that's one.
Expand your imagination. Build your vocabulary.
Build your vocabulary. I'm from the hood, right? Well, now I live in like, you know, a nice condominium, you know, gated community, golf course everywhere, birds singing in my window. You know what I'm saying? I'm overlooking the trees, you know, from the 5th floor of my place. But it wasn't always like that. When I was young, growing up, what I got used to seeing out my window, instead of birds singing out my window and chirping, I was seeing guns and police, drug dealers, people getting beat up, shot, killed. That was my reality. But reading books took me away from it. It helped me with my imagination, which will help you as well. It took me literally out of the ghetto. And Mrs. Queen Fantasia, you want to be a track star, you should be looking up or write down Flojo. You got a phone on you? No. Have somebody text you Flojo. That's somebody you want to look up. Trust me. So books literally helped me with my future. I was able to write the future. You can write the future too with your goals. You create your future. What you do right now determines what happens to you tomorrow or an hour from now. If you're hungry, what you got to do? Eat, right? It's control. It's going to allow you to not be hungry in the next minute or two. Just like swimming. When you go to the beach, you have to have what? Your swimming clothes so you get in the water. So when you put on your swimming trunks or your shorts or whatever, now you know that you're able to go swimming because you have the proper attire on. What you do now controls your future. If you want to be a successful businesswoman, businessman, what you got to do? You don't have to necessarily. You can though, but you don't really have to go to college. Now I'm not saying I have to go to college. Education is very important. Plus, you get to network and meet different people. It's a good social environment. You want to put yourself at as many positive situations as possible. Whether it's a library, whether you want to go to church, a place of worship, whether you want to go to the beach, let's say a school, you want to put yourself at as many positive places as possible. Why? Because your environment controls your consciousness and your energy. It's very important to surround yourself with people that cares about you, that supports you, and you support them. It's never about I. All those 69 goals that I said that I want to accomplish and the 15 that I did already, I couldn't have done it without help or the support of other people. And what else would I tell you guys? Anybody that's into want to be a businesswoman, a businessman? Yeah? Entrepreneur. You know what kind of entrepreneur you want to be? No? Well, give it some time. What grade are you in? Okay. So now's the perfect time. Perfect time for you to research. Like when I was in 7th grade, and true story. Anybody seen a movie called Boomerang? You seen it? Yeah. You anybody like it? Eddie Murphy, Halle Berry, Martin Lawrence. Who else is in it? I think Chris Tucker is in it. No, Chris Rock is in it. Right? Now, Eddie Murphy was a marketing director. So watching that movie, and I was creative, I always knew I wanted to be a marketing director. And guess what? Today at age 37, I'm a marketing director. I started my own marketing company as an entrepreneur back in 2000. Wow, I've been in business like 7, 8 years. We started a business back when I finished college 2005, started a business 2006. So no, it's been 10, 11 years. So I use that experience as my own marketing consultant, helping people do business, designing websites, passing out flyers, learning how to design and code websites. I used my resume doing my own thing, because at the time the economy kind of went for a dump, and my clients wasn't paying me like they used to pay me. So I was like, wow, I got to jump back to the job market. So I used my experience on my resume as my own company, Skyview Creative Circle. I didn't tell them that this was my own company. I just put it on my resume. This is everything I did. And I used my cousin, who is my vice president, as a reference. So if they want to call and references, they call him. And so now today, I'm working for a multi-million-dollar construction firm. As a matter of fact, who's at work right now. But I want to come here today to share my story with you all. But back to what I was saying, watching Boomerang, that led me to believe that I can be a marketing director. I could be an entrepreneur. And so at your age, go to the library, get a book on different careers and entrepreneurship. Surround yourself with like-minded thinking people. Find a mentor. I mentioned Flojo earlier. I mentioned Willie Gary. Believe it or not, Willie Gary, I watched ABC? Either ABC or 60 Minutes, one of those shows where he was going to interview with his wife on a private jet. And so he did a phone call, and he got a call saying that he just got, I think it was $10 million, and he told his wife, and she said, oh really? And as if, okay, she gets that kind of news all the time. Fast forward, 5 years later, I made some mistakes in life, ended up going to jail. I did like 10 months. It was like a cocaine possession charge, and attempted robbery. Was real as a burglary. True story. Sitting there for 10 months, I pick up a magazine, because I'm always reading. I still believe in myself. Man, I like my situation. You may like the situation right now, but I still believe in myself, like I still do today. Picked up a magazine. Guess what's in the magazine? Mr. Willie Gary. So I'm reading the story. I'm like, wow. I want to be like this man. I get out. 2, 3 years later, I meet a young lady. Well, she's not really young, but Miss Brown. If she hears this, I'm not cracking on you. She's an older lady in a wheelchair. She asked me about my company name. At the time, I had a company called One Man Army Inc. Before it was Skyview Marketing Creative Circle. No, before it was Skyview Creative Circle, it was One Man Army, which was the name of my marketing company. And I turned that One Man Army into a clothing line, which I'll get into that a little later. But when I told this lady what the name of my company was, and she loved my attitude and what I was doing, she said, you got to change that name, young man. People will get offended just by that name. So do business as. So I changed it to Skyview Creative Circle. She invited me to a party. Guess who party this was? Willie Gary. She couldn't go to the party for a reason. So Willie Gary does a big party in Stewart where thousands of people come out. That means free food, free drinks. They had, I'll tell you some of the celebrities who was there. They had the Temptations performing. They had Don King. They had Bill Clinton was there. Biz Markie. Who else was there? So many celebrities. Thousands of people, free. All you gotta do is bring some canned food to come in. So I took advantage. Canned food, got my best clothes on, rented a car, drove up there with my cousin. And he also had a private yacht party. I couldn't get on the yacht party because it was too late. She wanted me to take her place on the yacht party. For that party, the type of people who were there, like you had to get clearance. You had to do background check, see who you are, make sure you weren't crazy. You could be around the type of people. You know what I'm saying? But by the time she invited me to it, I couldn't do it. There wasn't enough time for them to do their background check and clearance and everything. But anyway, a week later, or a week or two later, there was a boxing match in Hollywood. It was Don King, I forgot who the boxer was, a heavyweight fight at the Hard Rock in Hollywood. And guess who was sitting next to me? Or actually sitting in front of me? Willie Gary. Again. A true story. That's how God works, right? So I approached him. At the time, you know, it was before smartphones. People didn't have smartphones back then. We had flip phones, you could take pictures, but nothing like how it is there. Everyone's a photographer and a videographer. You know, you can make a lot of money with smartphones these days. So I didn't take a picture with him. A lot of people say, why you take a picture with him when you see him? I said, no, I'm not a groupie, but you know, hey, what's going on, Willie Gary? Oh, you know, I was at your party, man. You had a great party. Like, man, all right, young man, you enjoyed yourself? Well, I'm glad you did. And then he gave me his business card. I gave him my card, and we kept it moving. Because no one else recognized, well, maybe not that they recognized, but I knew who he was. So, fast forward 5 years later. The documentary I mentioned to you, you see it on my website, KevinDorival.com, and thecouragetobelieve.com. You see the flyer, the chest flyer that you have. In the documentary, I sent an email out to everyone that were, you know, within my circle, every professional person in my circle, especially in the boards that I was on. Because I'm a board member of the Martin Luther King Celebration Committee. I have my own nonprofit, and also the HALO, Haitian American Leadership Organization. So I emailed them all. Do anybody know how to reach Willie Gary? I couldn't find Ms. Brown, who was my mentor, because, you know, she just disappeared. So I emailed them. Anybody know how to reach Mr. Willie Gary? Because I know if he knows about my project, my documentary, he will want to get involved somehow, some way. Someone emailed me back. Out of like 50 people, one person emailed me back. Yes, I know someone that works in his office. It was a secretary. They sent me information. I called her. She connected me with his assistant. A month later, she gives me a call out the blue. And she said, you know what, Willie Gary's very busy right now. We're in the middle of a big trial. But we maybe schedule 2-3 months from now to come over there. Right? Not 2-3 months. I need this now. So okay, I'm taking it. You know, I take it 3 months from now, whatever. 6 months from now, whatever. When you call me, I'll be ready. She calls me back maybe a week or two later. I didn't have to wait 3 months. A week or two later, and told me that someone canceled a meeting, and if you can make it here tomorrow morning, I got 2 hours that you can come interview me. I was on Next Thing Smoking. We got my cameraman. I canceled work that day and went straight up there. When being up there, I met the Prime Minister of Bahamas in his office. I met, who else I met at his office? I met a couple of attorneys, a person that owns a TV station in North Carolina, which is his best friend, Mr. Woods. And so just by being there, I met all these successful people. Why? Because I wrote down my goal. That's how important to write down your goals are. So I interviewed Willie Gary. So right now he's in my documentary, The Courage to Believe, Never Give Up, which is a documentary to teach people like you, specifically young people like you, that you will go through adversity in life. That's going to happen. You will get knocked down. But it's not about falling down. It's a matter of getting back up. That's what Courage to Believe is all about. Believe in yourself. Now let's do the SBE one more time. Speak it. Speak it. Speak it. Now you gotta say it with attitude. You say it like you believe in yourself. Say it like today's your last day on this planet. Give it all you got. Speak it. Speak it. Believe it. Believe it. Execute the plan. Execute the plan. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is King Kevin Dorival, and it's been a pleasure. Everyone's telling me to sign. Amen. Anybody got any questions for me? I didn't get a chance to ask y'all. Move that camera this way. What do you do?
How do you do this?
Yeah, perfect.
For me, it's sports.
Which organization is urban need? You guys are kind of some programs on the lead. Who's in charge of that program? Y'all come to join us, just give me a call. Y'all got one of my flyers? Y'all got this one? You're welcome. Y'all have a good one. Hey, this was a successful session of The Courage to Believe at Stranahan High School. Today is July 14th, 2017, and it was a great experience talking to the youth. I loved it, I enjoyed it. Everybody pretty much was engaging. This was my second session you guys just watched, and I will do many other. I love working with the youth, I love inspiring people, I love telling my story of how I overcame adversity in life, because at the end of the day, you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. Don't let anybody or anything stop you from moving forward, because if you believe it, you can achieve it. If you write it down, write your goals down, you increase your chances by 1,000%. 1,000%. That should not be taken lightly. Believe in yourself. You're going to get knocked down. Just get back up. You're going to fall. Raise back up. You have the power to rise. Believe in yourself and your God-given abilities, and all shall be well. Be positive, hang around positive people, and don't entertain haters. You know what I'm saying? Your best revenge is success. I'm King Kevin Dorival. Be sure to go to my website, kevindorival.com, or 7queens7kings.com, which is my new book we'll be releasing real soon, on July 17th. 2017. So whenever you see this video, it'll probably already be out. Share the message, share this video, like my Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube, and just, be cool. And if you want me for a workshop, I can do that too. Much love, many blessings.